Ladies and gentlemen, the EE PowerTalk episode 66. My name is Daddy Blessing. Now, today we are doing a little bit of a difference on set because on my left, you see we have some little bit of gender balance here. And it's because of the topic that we are about to tackle. So I want you to introduce yourself, first of all. And tell us, one or two things people should know about you before we continue. Why are you here?
Okay. I'm glad the EE name still stands.
Yeah.
Because my name is Esther Mudhoka. For those who know me on social media, my name is Esther Mudhoka. On the socials, Wanza Mudhoka. I am the shower for websites. That's my slang name on the streets.
Yeah.
But most importantly, I am here because this topic is really... It can't have one gender on this platform right now.
Yeah.
We have to speak from both sides of the coin.
Yeah, for those of you who are wondering, hey, she's always behind the scenes, so she hasn't really yet come from heaven. I don't know. She's among the people who really prepare these awesome episodes. Together with Director Mengos, Director Jonte is here. Elvis is somewhere. We have fired him for this particular episode. So the episode itself is about social awareness.
Yes.
And some of the things that we are getting wrong when it comes to matters of life. And because on this world we have been created by the image of God so beautifully, but two different genders. We are not disputing the fact that we have been created in a beautiful way, but we are two different genders.
Yeah.
And some of the things that we are doing out here, we are doing out of lack of understanding of how the other gender operates.
Yes.
There are some of the things that really, from a lady's point of view, men don't really get quite often.
A lot.
Yeah.
And
a
a lot.
I would like to hear from the horse's mouth, because most of the time as men, when we are speaking, we speak from a point of personal studying, what we think works for the ladies, what maybe have worked for some of the ladies that we have been with. So we think it's, the same with everyone. So what are some of those things that you think people, us like men, we don't really get?
First of all, I totally agree with what you're saying, because currently I have been on a journey of also understanding where men are coming from. For us, it's our world, and we magnify our world, and we forget about the men's world. So the first thing I'd like to start with saying is, women, we are 4 different characters every week. 4 different characters. Because of our cycles, naturally.
Okay.
So there's a week that we are on a high, we are achieving everything. There's a week that we feel like nothing makes sense. We want to be on D&D. We don't want to talk to men. We are apathetic.
Yeah.
Apathetic means you want nothing to do with, especially your gender. You want nothing. Totally nothing. There are days we want to be cuddled. There are days we just want you to, ukinikuja your time, by the utanigonga na nitalia. Because that is how our cycle is. And the other thing is that we are emotionally intrigued in nature. And that is what I think you men miss out on, because you guys are logically intrigued.
Correct.
Tukiwaletea arguments, kwa akili yetu tushashinda.
Okay. Now it makes sense. Continue.
Tutaiongelelea, tutaipractice. Daddy Blessing alifanya 1, 2, 3. Na apia, kuna siku alifanyanga. Na apia vile alinitextingi the other day, kuna vile heku ni bamba. So there's a pattern here. We will draw that pattern from this person to this person to this person. And then, tunakuja tunawaletea argument yenye tulishashinda kwa akili yetu. We already have the probabilities of how those arguments go. Na unipate hiyo wakati niko confident ama hiyo time niko apathetic.
Yeah.
Utapata vita.
So now, what happens if a person really is coming from a point of genuinely wanting to resolve an issue, and you're in this week, because you've said you have 4 different cycles within a month, right? You're in this week of, I'm winning the argument. This one is winning. So what happens when I'm genuinely coming from a point of wanting to resolve this thing?
Okay. The one thing I have learned to do is, if you're having such an argument, the first thing, ama nikikuja kwako niko na issue, because most of the time ni sisi tunakujanga tunataka kuongelesha tuko na shida na vile unatujibu does not work well with our head. Then we are like, you're not supposed to answer me like that, or sijui nini. And all the time nakujanga kwako tu ya mashida, we rant, we are like rattlesnakes. But one thing I have learned is asking, do you want my advice, or do you want me to sit down and listen to you?
Okay. So which of the two do you really incline on?
it depends. Sometimes we have figured it out in our head, we just want to semi tutoke, but there are times we want probably that tough love. For instance, I do something that is very stupid, but then if you look at your friends and their patterns and their relationship,
yes,
msichana alitext wa kwanza na alitext paragraph ama alisema we are breaking up with this guy, lakini they are not breaking up, they are looking for a reaction from the guy. I'm sure umeona hizo vitu kwa alafu anakuja kukuambia, alafu unamwambia mbona umefanya hivyo, ofai kufanya hivyo. Imagine atakukuja na vita because it does not make sense in her head at that particular point. So your time unakaanga tu akimaliza kurant atakwambia bedhe nimeona ni mimi niko na makosa. So that days you just look at her and you ask her genuinely, do you want my opinion? It's not going to be the rosy thing you're expecting, or do you want me to just sit down and listen to you? Sometimes you just sit there and listen. Tukimaliza kuongea tukisema tunajisikianga yenyewe we've done some few mistakes here and there. So I've learned to just understand, because trust me, if you're waiting to master the part where I'm going to incline to one area, 95% chances are it's not what you expect.
It will, and actually it might never happen.
Yes.
So now there's this interesting phenomenon of guys being punished for giving you guys what you want at that specific moment. Like when you're ranting and all those things, like if I'm always there emotionally supporting you and all that, I get the kicking in the back, for lack of a better word, because of me being too nice. For, you said we should balance between tough love and listening and all those things, the sweetness and the tough love and all that. But most of the time we get punished for doing exactly that. What really happens? Because I would love to genuinely understand from a genuine standpoint, because I don't know, okay, which side should I be on, or should I be noticing when to do what? And
najaribu kutafuta mwa Kenya. Najaribu kutafuta mwa Kenya umasta umse hivi mara moja. So the funny thing is that even us sometimes we are not understanding ourselves.
Okay, alrighty. Okay.
Sasa saa zingine si hatujielewi. Sasa una expect sasa wewe tuelewe.
Yeah,
yes,
it is hard to understand because because now the issue is now us like men, like speaking from a point of a person who has been trained to solve problems, a person who has been trained to get things done. I want to understand what's your problem so that I can solve it. All right,
because you're logically intrigued.
Exactly,
like unafikiria shida ni hii, wacha ni sort,
let's get it done.
I can do 1 2 3, asiame nini, wacha nifanye hivi, siame nini, wacha nifanye hivi. But also I am thinking back to what you've just asked, nafikiria pia understand una deal na nani, because kuna madem watakwambia cheki, just give me space, nitakuja kukuongelesha, ama they'll want that argument. Hiyo ndio si unajua we are attracted to chaos.
Yes.
So there are those who want chaos and there are those who want give me space, I think through, trust me, I will answer you. And sometimes you just need to understand say apart from her cycle and all that, how this human person is wired as a human being, let alone being a woman. There are people who are runners from conversations, and there are people who are confronters.
Yes.
So I don't know, when you run, I'm a confronter.
I think I'm depending on the person.
Okay.
I think I have been privileged kidogo to understand that people come from different places. And most of the time, the people, how they tend to take some things, it really has a root in how they've been brought up and all that. So if I don't understand where a person is coming from, I kind of take my time to really study this person and to know how they react to different things. There's some conversations with some people that I will run away from, definitely, because I know that one. And there are some that I would confront because I know this one personally. I know this person is emotionally intelligent to handle whatever I'll say straight up, and this person will end up like solving, maybe even them helping me understand where I've gone wrong, as opposed to inclining to one side of the still on the too nice. I've seen people being dumped and left because of being too nice.
I can clearly support you guys on this part by saying, girls, we are attracted to toxicity. We want to chase.
Yeah.
And naturally unajua nyinyi ndio chasers. Sisi tunawasaidia kufanya kazi yenyu. So the mystery, the glamour, the part where I cannot figure this person out can be a bit, it's a thrill for me as a human being. And I think that can easily stem from, we are aggressive in nature.
Yes.
We want what we, tukitaka kitu. Bibi ukimakiwa hii Nairobi. Umemakiwa na maka red na utapatwa.
Yeah.
Na utapatwa. Na akijua unaendanga church fulani.
Atahamia
hiyo kanisa. Akijua plot yenyu ni gani? Atatafuta mahali.
Atahamia mpaka kwa neighborhood.
Ay. It's not even a scam. If this chick has marked you.
Yeah.
It may take 2 years, 3 years, but she will look for a way to get you.
Though it may tarry. There's a verse in the Bible that says that those of you that don't go to church will not get a joke. So now, you see, it confronts with my training in life of happy wife, happy life.
But is it really happy wife, happy life?
That's what now I'm coming to understand, that it really doesn't make sense once you get into the real thing. Because at the end of the day, there are things that you will try to do, trying to make this lady happy. In her brain, it is being interpreted as, boss, unanga job ingine.
Have you ever learned her love language?
Coming to that, because personally, where I've come from, we've been trained again. It's a social construct, because that's why we have all this friction, because we are coming from different social constructs. When you provide, when you take care of this lady, in terms of she's not lacking anything in your, once you provide a good house, you're paying the school fees. If you have kids, you're taking care of them, you're feeding them, like hajawai lalanja, hajawai tembea uchi, like she's good in the eyes of other people.
Na sasa si hapo ndio kuna shida.
Yeah.
So unaona kitu ja mention emotional security, assurance. Acha nikwambie shida mob you toka places kama hiyo. Many people have been thrown money at. Like, unasema mabweka dubs, enda. Enda ujibambe.
Yes.
Lakini umse anataka time na wewe.
But now, let me jump into the nini kidogo. When I was hustling and trying to look for chiles, they wanted money. Aki Mungu akikubariki
upate, nataka do.
Aki ukibarikiwa upate kidogo yenye you can do good for yourself and spare some for the chile. Now they want attention. Now they no longer want money.
I'll refer you to a book inaitwa The A's. Of course it's meant for marriage, but imenifungua by the Kingsleys.
Yeah.
A to Z's of marriage. So A for a woman means attention. A for you guys means a totally different thing. R, I remember, means romance for us. For you guys it means respect.
Yes.
So saa zingine unaangalia mahali sisi watu wawili tunaangalia vitu hazi make sense. Mi kuna mtu aliniletea maua, niko like, bro, you know what I did with those flowers? I gave my mom. I have friends we used to work with together. I gave my mom those flowers because I didn't want flowers. I wanted you to come, get me, let's go eat. Tukatu mahali, tukule, tuongee, nikwambie by then nilisikia ulinibo, alafu uniambie unajua hata wewe ku make sense hapo. For me that will make sense. Ukujo nirushie sijui 15 chocolates, I'll be like, bruv, I just want to spend. For me, I love spending quality time with people. That is my language.
Yes.
Lakini unirushie hizi vitu nitakuwa like, bro, someone has already provided these things for me. Who's my father? Then you want to come through these things. I'm not it's not like I'm struggling, but this is what I feel. I want to connect. This is my love language. Have you ever come to a point of, cause ni kwa akili yenu ni nimeshampea kitu, mbona na behave hivi, alafu anakuambia nataka attention, and after attention kuna kitu kingine atakuwa anataka. But msome ujue ni msupa anapenda ku spend time na wewe. So probably you're going there and you're buying things and you're doing all these things for herself. Probably she wants you to go with her, sit down somewhere at a park. It does not have to be fancy. You guys think women and money is about fanciness. No, it's about the effort. E.
I see what you're doing right there.
Yeah.
So now, I think there is another gap that hasn't really been communicated in a you know, for especially for men who didn't grow around ladies. I was privileged to grow around ladies. I have 2 ladies ahead of me.
Sisters?
2 sisters. So most of the lady stuff, I kind of got introduced to them kitambo. These issues of periods, getting her pads. Like most of the men up to now, you don't know which pad your lady uses.
Thank you.
You don't know if she has pain in her, you know, because pain apparently not everyone who has pain during nini,
it manifests differently.
Yeah.
Do you want us to get to the ugly? Nikueleze?
Sure. Because
hey,
you know, with that you will help. You know, many people don't really understand when you say you have period cramps. When you kuninyima unaninyima.
Wacha niongee. Now that they manifest differently. Cramps, ushaumwa meno?
Yes.
Sasa intensity ya cramps inakaribia kama kuumwa na meno continuously day and night. Umekunywa painkiller is not working.
Yeah.
There are those people who have back pains, lower back pains.
Yeah.
There are people who their stomachs are bloated, wanaendesha na CV8.
Okay.
Miguu zinafura. It's very yes. Unaendesha. Everything is because it's the lower abdomen.
Yeah. It causes a whole discomfort.
It's a whole discomfort.
All right. Okay.
The lower haya, kuna wengine una puke kutoka asubuhi hadi unajiuliza ni ball ama ni easy menses.
Yeah.
You're all nauseated the whole day. And sometimes the funny thing is sometimes it may manifest differently on different months. You see, on different months unaweza pata hii mwezi umse ako nauseated. Hiyo ingine ni back pains. So even with us and our bodies, we are also discovering ourselves. That's why most of us ladies have anti-flow, the app, to help you understand, okay, these are the things that might come along this time, nini. And one thing you just mentioned, which I really like, you're an emotionally intelligent man, EE. Because not every brand works for every chile. Shida yenyu wanaume ni ex wako si alikuwa anatumia hii brand. Huyo mwingine si anaweza tumia hiyo.
Yes.
Na huyo mwingine anaweza tumia ingine. Exactly, that's the problem. People think it's the same across every lady. It's not. So
now how I would love to know how it lands when a person is concerned to that level of knowing the nitty-gritties of what you ladies want.
Imagine unaweza uliza. Uliza tu. Mimi kama kuna time I hate when a man tells me on my menses utakuwa sawa.
Kila kitu itakuwa sawa.
Kila kitu itakuwa sawa. What do you mean kila kitu itakuwa sawa? Like I am struggling here. Number 2, at the back of my mind I know kila kitu itakuwa sawa after hii period. So unasema nini? So he had this conversation with my friend and then nikamwambia unajua kwambia mdem hivyo si poa. You know what he asked later is, what can I do to make you feel comfortable? What can I do? Do you need your space? Do you need probably chocolates? Do you need medicine at that particular point? And trust me, umdem imagine atakwambia na atakuja kukuheshimu. So if you just ask and not ask or just say, I saw a very terrible comment somewhere, mtu akisema acha uchungu itoke pamoja na damu. Kenyan comment section is a crime scene.
Yo. Now that's someone's pillar of strength somewhere.
Imagine. Pillar of strength. Wow. Yeah.
I think it hits different coming from a lady because most of the time we are doing guesswork as gentlemen, because like you've said, we might tend to like think what worked for my ex will work for you, because again once as gentlemen we tick a box, going back there again and revisiting a box that we ticked inakuanga ngumu. It is hard small.
Really?
It is hard small, like rewiring, going back again to somewhere that once an assignment is done, it's done, we go to the next assignment.
Does that mean that is how you guys are logically intrigued? Like you tick your boxes to say, this is one thing you've handled, you're going to handle it, hivo no memaliza, on to the next.
Yes, can I show you a very simple illustration? If you go to your boyfriend's place, arana arrow. If you go to your boyfriend's place where he places his socks, just switch them kidogo, put it in another closet. That guy will walk socksless until you come back again.
Ooh.
Because in his mind, you removed where he ticked. That is where he places his.
Are you guys like robots?
We are not like robots, but once we get out of that one thing, we get out of it. Like, I won't have time to think again, like, hizi socks zinaweza kuwa zimehamishwa. Unaget? Like, in my mind, I would be like, socks zilipotea, I'll buy some other socks.
Wa. Na unajua kwa akili yetu sitakuwa like, si tulisongesha socks, mbona umenunua socks zingine?
Yeah, that's
mbona ungeniuliza?
That is why it's very easy for, if a man is a cheater, and the lady anataka kumark territory, when the girlfriend comes, atapata tu evidence. Because we don't look beyond what is.
Amje kuficha rada.
Yeah. Because I can't, in my head, I won't think that anaweza eka kitu hapo. And hata kama ataeka, hata kama nitakuwa so cautious, siwezi fikiria anaweza kuwa amezieka kwa some of my shirts. In my mind, hata nikipata kitu ya red hapo nitafikiria, aya, na hii shirt ya red nilibai wapi? Kumbe ni bra. But in my mind, inaniambia hiyo closet ni ya shati.
Kwa hivyo zile excuses mnapeanga madem.
It is what it is sometimes. We didn't create the rules, we found them. And we follow. So now, we are people of order. We tick some boxes. You know. And and it's same gets interpreted in how we do life. I tick a box. I have paid rent. I have bought her nice shoes. I have sent her some money.
Hair
I have done her hair. I have done her nails. Now, what other box do I need to tick? Oh, she needs attention. Hey, gentlemen, sasa hii tutamtolea wapi? Because it was not there in my boxes. Yeah, tujui soko ni gani, because I have done all these things that I was supposed to do, right? And we expect for you to see, like, hey, appreciate hata kidogo hii nini, like, why are you asking me for, like, for us the quote unquote attention, emotional, being there for when things are difficult, like, for us it's to facilitate the environment, not for us necessarily to be involved in it. Like, provide the environment, don't necessarily be there.
Ebu nikuulize, hii traditional African society men munaongelelea?
That's the thing, because that's where we are coming from. You know, we cannot ignore.
Yeah.
We cannot ignore. But that's why, even in this transition, if at all there's going to be a transition, we need to really be open and candid with each other.
Yeah.
And understand now, as an African man, my home is standing strong when I'm doing all these things.
Yeah.
So where is this gap coming in where naambiwa sijui unavailable? How am I unavailable? You people are living in Karen. You people, nimepeleka mtoto wako international school. You uko na chama kama 500 na zote ni mimi natoanga 500,000 kila mwezi. For you to feel nice with your ladies and all that. Like, I'm the gentleman. I've been paying air ticket for you to go, I don't know. But all of a sudden I'm not available.
Umekuja tukae tutulie, ama uko nje ukitutafutia. Unajua excuse inakuanga nini siwapei conversation zote, arguments nini sikupei, nimekupea kila kitu. Si tuko like tunataka ukuje tu uende ukae na sisi na watoto kama mama mtoto. Like, the conversation, I also feel even in marriage, that is why many people are divorcing, because someone does not feel women emotional security matters so much.
Yes.
Sasa wewe unafikiria security ni kuprovide, and I realize, I think we had that conversation the other day, where you guys say, if I love a woman, I'll protect her and I'll provide for her.
Correct.
For us, it's the other way. We want that emotional security. We want you to feel us. We want you to understand us. Even if you cannot understand, we want you to understand where we are coming from. We want you to be.
Where is this that you're coming from?
Kuna kuanga na nini mingi. I need you to understand that I am. Sasa nikuelezee. You know, this is how I felt, and logic
You know, also what I'm getting most of the time is you want to be understood where you're coming from, but you don't necessarily know where you're coming from even yourself.
Yeah. And this is where I also advise my fellow girlies, tafadhali hata sisi to invest in emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Because I realized for us, we like DB. So what are we going to do? We are going to put subtle tuninis.
Yes.
Lakini kwa akili yako,
me DB, if you don't tell me Miss Yoni, I don't.
ChatGPT can make mistakes hapo chini. Sasa nyinyi sisi tuna expect you pick the vibe. Pick it. You are intelligent. Umeenda shule, umelipewa, pick the vibe. Nyinyi ampick.
I think for me to actually pick something out of a lady and to be interested is for her to be interested in what I'm interested in.
Just on.
That will be very easy. You see these other pointers and places that ati alifanya hivi sasa ni notice. Ati alifanya kitu fulani sasa ni that it will take forever. But if you understand, like DB is interested in videography. One day kuna kuja tu na swali ya hata heri uende Google. By the way, inaitangwa nini? This card Extreme Pro. SanDisk Extreme Pro. By the way, or if I ever gave you a case of, like, let's say losing footage. Kuja uniulize, by the way, SanDisk Extreme Pro, is it the same na yenye ulinini uki lose footage? Is it the same card? Now that one, you have opened a door for a conversation that it will start technically, but you'll slowly graduate.
Oh, okay. Sasa unajua sisi tuna nini zetu ni zipi? Nikipatana na DB tahakikisha nails zangu ziko set, nywele yangu ndio notice, earrings zangu zikuwe rembo, anavanga kala gani, I'll make sure I'll have probably a dress of that color. So for us, we were taught men are physically, you guys see.
I think there is an aspect of generalization on both ends, which I think it all boils down to, like, understanding the person you're with.
Okay.
Because now, let's say people really are built different. There are people who will be intrigued with that, like, that lady has stuff going on.
Yeah.
There is another guy who will see you, good nails, good car, probably not living in a not so bad house. In my head, those are calculations. Hii ni bill naona. This is a bill naletewa yenye I'll have to integrate into my other bills.
Sasa mnapiga hesabu za how to maintain ama.
Thank you. Sasa in your brain you're like trying to look good for DB to notice. DB anaona bill.
Mbavu zetu.
Hii yote I'm being honest. And you might even go out there and say, me, I don't want you to do anything for me.
That explains the physical aspect of that.
Yeah. We see, and we start ticking the box. Again, it goes back to the boxes. Yeah. So now, utafanya, hiyo ni gari gani amekuja nayo? Fuel ya wiki moja ni rent yangu, si ndio? I like you, but unajua ni aje?
You're way off my league.
Yeah. We are so far better as buddies, because I know if we start this thing, nitahema katikati, and when trying to protect my ego, nitasota. Yes. And if you are, especially in this age of financial awareness, me, I'd rather say, I would rather not now notice those things.
Agape love it is.
Agape love it is. Sister, brother love it is. Heaven is the goal. Kubavu zangu mujinga nini? Kwa sababu, what business do I have with those things that I'm saying that, you know, we tend to like, you know, again, not all people. That's why I'm saying the relationship, it all boils down to the person that you're with. But some people, most of the time, those calculations really come as the first priority.
Okay.
It's logic and mathematics.
Sasa nyinyi mkipiga logic and mathematics kila mahali, hapo ndio sasa tuna feel ni kama mna blanda. Let me tell you something which is very interesting. Ushaenda stage yenu uko na vile madonda na watu wa stage wanakuanga na madem wengi. Unajua anaambianga madem nini? Super najua umeiva lakini kusema ukweli mimi sina hiyo do lakini nayo kama nataka nikupambe na sifa mimi niko. Unajua kwa akili yenu nyinyi mmepiga mathematics na umetupiga. You guys are the best at ghosting. Ushapiga mathematics yako shaenda. This chick genuinely liked you lakini you pigad your mathematics and you're like,
you know, if the only place I have to meet you is Sarova, my friend.
But uliza mdem kama anapenda. Okay, kuna wale Sarova sijakataa. But kuna wengine unaona it all goes back to effort. Umpeleke kuna dem najua Kibandaski is her thing. If you take her to Kibandaski and she's from money from there, nini is not a problem. Hata kama ni dowry atakudipia. Like it's that type of a lot of money, but she just wants to experience something different. So I'm actually getting to learn on both sides of the coin, and at this point ningependa kukuuliza, what do you think as women ignore or don't understand about men? Because unaona mimi nakwambia hivyo nakuuliza umdemu uko shoja mfanyia hii. I'd really want to flip the conversation slightly to understand what you think or what you perceive of us, one, and where you think the math is not mathing on your end.
Most of the time, when men don't feel like they're being heard, we tend to cave in.
Okay.
First of all, to protect our ego. Our ego is very important. It doesn't matter. Hata ule mchiba migodi, derewa boda, mtu akuzabiwa, they still have something that they really protect. And if that space is really not being heard, we have two types of reactions. There are people who will lash out because they want to, we want to dominate, but you're not feeling our dominance.
Okay. So
it goes the violent route and all that, which is so shouting, but it's a very small percentage of people who really do that nonsense, which I call it nonsense because, again, you don't really need to do so much for someone to really notice your authority. I mean, your authority should be felt. Again, there is a really huge problem of men lacking an identity. We identify with the things that we do. We identify with the career, we identify with the job, we identify with the status. But when those things are stripped off, you have nothing. So now, we try, at least for me and a couple of people that I'm seeing, let me say with the Gen Zs, because now we are changing the narrative. We kind of want to be known for something that is not my career, something that is not my, what I own, my assets and all that. The flamboyant kind of living. But in our pursuit to be known that way, we are meeting ladies who want to relate now with the career me, with the professional me, with the moneyed me, the status me. So now we feel not heard. And you see, when a man is not heard, number one, I've said they lash out. Number two, they cave in. That is why you'll see people silent. That's where the aspect of ghosting comes in. Because in the middle of all these things, yes, you said all those nice things, but I didn't feel heard. You didn't hear me. So,
is it you as a man not explaining for a woman to understand? Ama is it you just seeing umdem hata nielewa ama? Because I'm getting that there are those people who attach themselves to what they do.
Correct.
I'm guessing there's someone who's met you as Daddy Blessing, and there's someone who's met you as Eli. So is it that you don't feel like you're heard as a man? Ama the conversation is flipped in a way you feel like this is not a safe space for you to communicate? Ama where is the issue particularly?
I feel like Daddy Blessing, I would get anything that I want. As Eli, the conversation is totally different.
Okay.
Because I want you to see me for not the brand, not me for me.
Mtu mwenye anapenda slice tano za mkate.
Yes, slice tano za mkate. Like I want to be there making funny jokes and all those, you being goofy. But now you don't expect the same from Daddy Blessing.
Suti.
You expect all those and everything that comes with Daddy Blessing.
Okay.
You don't distinguish the me, the person,
Okay.
You want the all these aesthetics that comes with the brand.
So I'm getting that probably. Sasa gani ndio difference? Unajua nimechanganikiwa hapo kwa nini? Kwa sababu is it every do you ama it's personal. Kuna mdema atakutaka for DB na kuna mdema atakutaka for Eli.
Yeah. They are, but a majority of people, that's why I've said DB would get anything that he wants because DB has the name. DB has, you know, there are ladies who really want to be somewhere they feel a certain social status, again because of personal reasons. They want to be respected among their girlies. They want to be seen out with this and this person. That is why you'll see people shifting from celeb to celeb because they can't go downward.
Kuna mtu fulani alisema they don't date a particular
that's a very good example without really mentioning names. Because they want to feel a certain way, and for that certain way to be felt, they must act in a certain way. So now most of the things that really ladies don't really get from us is that apart from our affluence and all those things that we command in the society, there is a part of us that is, I want you to see.
Okay. Ebu nikuulize sasa, kama wewe unatakanga kujulikana kama Eli ama kujulikana kama DB first?
Anyone who will know me as Eli will have hata hizo signs zenye ulikuwa unasema hapo kitambo. Those one I'll notice even before they do anything.
Oh wow.
Because they accommodated the Eli that I feel is not being heard by many people.
So if I get to know you as Eli, I get access to DB.
Correct. Not the other way around. But many people now want access to DB. So now they can break DB down to expose Eli. It doesn't work like that.
Huyo ni mtu ambaye ni paparazzi.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now again, coming from a place where we have our ability to provide has been the only metric of measuring our potent as men.
Okay.
Is it potent or potential or that one?
Provide meter.
Provide meter. Provide meter is the meter of measuring provision. I see what you've done there. Our ability to provide has become the only metric to measure you as a man. And most men now identify with their ability to provide. That is why we are seeing a very huge disconnect, because I don't understand why you're not really recognizing me, respecting me, and all those things. Like you're not listening to me, and I'm doing the bare minimum, as you call it, that is required for you to like respect me as a man. Something else, I feel like our efforts have not really been appreciated because ladies are coming from a point of, you know, I've been with this person, now comparison.
Okay, but isn't it on both sides?
Yeah, it is. You know, I'm answering because you asked on the So now with the experience personally that I've had, you'll find someone even going to a point of like saying, you know, now, hey, person ABCD was doing this for me now. You are not doing it. Now that is lack of emotional intelligence. Because what you do when you find someone is not doing something for you the way you want them to do, take up the initiative of teaching them. We are teachable. Hata ukiona. Hata ukiona nikisema we have some boxes that we tick and all that. We are teachable.
I feel like I should have kujad with a notebook. Niko na crash course hapa.
We are teachable. Reason being, you will see a man listening to a child.
Wow.
Because the child has come with all simplicity that there is in the world. But we shield the teachable side of us because you have approached us with we are on the same level kind of mentality.
Okay.
We are, you know, I don't understand why you're not doing things. You should be doing that. You know, when a child comes, they'll be like, if it's your child or, you know, especially the children that call us uncle. Those children teach us a lot.
That's true.
They teach us a lot because they'll come, hey, uncle, they will give you stories and you will listen for days. Because they have come as they are fully submitting, for lack of a better word.
Okay.
You see, submission, and I'm not saying it in any kind of context, submission is a power that you ladies have been given, but you're using it as nini. You're seeing it as a weakness.
Unajua tuliamba nini na pasi wetu? Women are stubborn, so submitting is very hard.
Yeah.
That is why it was written in the Bible. Women, sisi tunafaa kusubmit.
And it is very easy for us as men to love.
Yes. It is.
I've said easy or hard?
Hard.
Easy. No, it's not easy for men to love. It is not easy for men to love. That's why we have been commanded to love.
Sasa, hey.
It is not easy. So now, having that, it calls us now, going to the biblical context and all that.
Yeah.
Because both of us are believers.
Yes.
There comes a time that there are things that break you down to kind of have one sort of meeting point.
Yeah.
For if you have your own beliefs and all that, now we can say, okay, we have disagreed on all those things, but let's see what the Bible says.
Yeah.
At least you can be salvaged. There are people out here, they can disagree on everything, but they don't have a place where they don't
have a compromise point.
Yeah. So now, in a nutshell, I think when we want to understand each other, we have to be willing to understand the next person. There's something I've gotten from you, even with the cycles and all that. You started with you're dealing with 4 different women in 1 month.
Yes.
But there is a very important point that you said. It is not the same for all women.
Yes.
Because one will act this way and the other one will act this way.
Yeah.
I came to a point of understanding that you really have to understand the kind of person that you're living with to know how to treat them, how to, operate within the space that you can understand each other.
Yeah.
I think for me, what I can get from this conversation, it all boils down to who you have decided to settle with in the context of marriage or dating, and taking your time to study them specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I used to learn in school is what influences a person: beliefs, norms, culture. So like I realized, sorry kwako inaweza kuwa ilikuwa inatolewa as manipulation, but kwangu ilikuwa inatolewa from a very genuine point of view. So understanding the specific person is what I'm picking from you as well, which is DB alireziwa hivi. This is what works for him. This is where I need to approach him. If I get to this point, I am guzaring a trigger that will unleash the lion out of the cat I am used to. I'm not calling you a cat, but
it's a good example.
But you get a point where even this person has never dealt with them as a human being. So just coming to even wrapping up this episode, I'm understanding that people are different. We need to be very aware of the society and understanding Eli cannot be Elvis cannot be Mangoes cannot be the crew, Jonte cannot be Esther, and with all that together, we need to sit down and understand, by the way, whatever is glorified in my head is not what is in your nini.
Yeah.
Na wanaume acha kujiona wako. Okay, nimeanza vita. Sasa zingine mnajionanga mume make it hapo kwa kichwa yenyu, mkikuja kwetu tunaangalia tuko like, jamani.
I think it goes both ways, because there are also ladies who think they are
the prize.
But in our own eyes, they really are the bottom of the barrel.
Ooh.
So to wrap up the episode,
that's dark.
Let's continue with that conversation in the comment section. Tell us what you think, because again, there is no one size fits all when it comes to matters of relating with different genders. And as we are going to find different information as we are evolving, because generations will come that will do different things.
Yeah.
And I think we are also subject to the times that we are living.
Totally.
So let us keep the conversation going. This is one of the topics that we really gonna pay attention to what you guys are saying.
Yes.
Because it's a matter that is affecting us on a daily.
Yes, and I think we need to, even on the next episode, even as we continue with these conversations, please, uko chini kwa comment section, let us deal with why people are having baby mamas and people are having, wababas. Because I came to realize it is not just emotional. Kuna a lot of fatherlessness. There's a lot of drama that is not even drama. There's a lot of trauma that needs to be unpacked around all that. Because for someone to always constantly have this, there's something they're chasing that they don't have.
Correct.
so they feel like this umse hata ukimwangalia anakaa sura kiatu lakini he's a father figure. Hu mwingine ananipea attention, mamangu akwa kunipea hiyo attention. So you're having a lot of that in the society, and sometimes you just need to just stop judging people. Just pray for mercy for them. Your curtain has not been opened. You have your own trauma to unpack, one.
Correct.
Number two, we need to understand, if you see that will unpack so many things, because you're also having these things to do with bell papers. I call them bell papers, LGBTQ, all those colors up to Z. There's a lot of things happening there. I like taking people from an individual point of view. Okay, so uko hivyo, sitakuja kuambia unajua Biblia imesema nitaka chini na nikusikize. So we change the society one by one person, because once I understand you, I'm going to extend grace to you. And once you understand me, you're going to extend grace to me. Now because I'm the guest, I can't wrap up the show because you're here.
I think for me to wrap up this show, I'll say for you to change a belief, you'll have to be uncomfortable to a level of starting a new belief. If you're uncomfortable with a certain belief, be uncomfortable to a point of starting a new one. And be very careful when you start a new one, because it might start from a point of inadequacy, insufficiency, and if you take up that mantle of teaching the other people that which it's coming from a place of inadequacy, it is inadequacy that will multiply. My name is Daddy Blessing. See you in the next one.
My name is Esther Modhoka. Until next time when I'm invited.
Alrighty.